am out watering my little seedlings that I've just planted a few days ago, and I was so excited. I wasn't expecting anything to be up, and I have a few things up. I actually have a few little lettuce up. This is my Tom Thumb lettuce, and I'm trying to do all butterhead lettuce. That means you can do leaf lettuce. Oh, and I have salad bowl up too. There's a couple of them up too. That means you can pull off the leaves if you want, or you can cut a loose leaf head. And that's my goal for the market. I want to grow these for the market where I can just cut the head. And also, Tommy, I have to see if he can pronounce that word. Oh, I'm messing it up a little bit. What's that?
I don't know how you spell it.
M-I-N-U-T-I-N-A.
Minutina.
Anyway, that's some kind of something you put in your salad. It's a leaf grass-like thing. And
so we're growing stuff now. We don't even know what it is.
Yeah, because I got it from M.I. Gardener.
Hey.
When I got my grab bag for $10, I got 30. I think it was 30 seed packs at the Homesteaders of America conference, and so that was in there. So I'm trying it and see if I like it. And of course, you should see that there's a bunch of little plants in there, so that'll be quite a few little. I'll break this up. I just watered it. That's why they're laying down. But I'll break this up till maybe 3 or 4, you know, so that'll be a lot of that.
So here it is again.
So I'm excited
from
about
M.I.
that.
Gardener, Minutina. That's an N, not an R, right? So Minutina?
I think so.
Okay. So it's either Minutina or Mirutina. I don't know.
Did you put it back in there?
I did.
All right. This is tomatoes that I had left from that I grew for the high tunnel, and I'm going to keep them watered good, and I'm going to plant them out in the garden. I haven't grown that many. I haven't done that many tomato seeds yet because I had these all left over, and we're going to have all the tomatoes in the high tunnel, so we just don't need to plant that many out in the garden. So I'm planning on just doing 1 row, maybe 2.
Maybe 2.
Maybe 2.
How about this strawberry patch we got right here?
Yeah, look at my strawberries.
Talk about that.
That actually, that's a volunteer kind of. I had my strawberries here over the winter.
Just sitting in a flat.
Yeah, just sitting in the flat waiting to be planted. And I should have had them planted, but I didn't. And these actually were runners that grew over the side. So I'm going to pick them up and probably, I may put them in a container or put them out there in the row.
Because we do have a strawberry row, and yeah. What did you just eat a minute ago?
I just ate, Tommy gave me half a strawberry. We've been splitting them because we've just been getting one here and there. So, but anyway, we wanted to show y'all what's going on in the high tunnel. We're so pleased with the tomato plants. Once I dealt with, it was flea beetles. If y'all haven't heard, I had flea beetles getting my tomato plants mostly. Uh-oh, look at this. Something's been in here. Look at this. Look at that.
Uh-oh.
And this one had a lot of damage. Oh, I've got to spray them today for flea beetles. I'm spraying with neem oil, and that's helping with the flea beetles. This is some grass right there. So I'm going to pull this one up. I've got those extras, and I'm going to plant another one here. I need to get out here and do a little weeding. I got my weeder working, though. Look, pan it, Tommy. Look. See all the grass? That was all grass back over here. Up in here, that was all grass, and oh, I'm sorry, I put my hand all over there was a lot of grass, but I got my weeder working, so I'm so excited about that. Y'all remember who my weeder is?
I'm the weeder.
Tommy's the weeder.
That's a little inside joke.
He's an excellent weeder. But anyway, he's gotten all the weeds out. You know, I did the tops of the row whenever we planted the tomatoes, and I didn't do any of the rest of it. Tommy did it. And so, anyway, we've got that going. But anyway, I'm very pleased. If you want to turn it back around, I'll tell them which tomatoes are which.
Let me say something right quick. We see your comments. Thank you. We're not ignoring you, but Patty's going to go ahead and finish the, it's a lot better viewing later. We'll just go ahead and let Patty finish the update, then we'll come back and answer your questions, okay?
Okay, over here on the first row, right up against the edge, it stays very wet. I have planted some spinach over here. It has not done well, even that, but you can see that there's a few little lettuce plants. A couple came up. I transplanted a couple from the main, the ones way over here. I transplanted them from the rows, and they actually took. I wasn't expecting them to live, but they did, so I'm very glad. On the next row, I left my parsley here. It's done wonderful. But, so I've left it, and I've dried parsley about twice, maybe 3 times. This is a tomato plant. I planted it really close because I got to plant my tomatoes. But this row here is big beef tomatoes.
We need to straighten out the drip tape.
Yeah, well, they just do that whenever they're not. Oh, that's right. I got them turned on now.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this row here is big beef, and then this row here is another big beef.
Why don't you take the camera and talk, and I'll go do that.
Okay. All right, and so then this row here I had to transplant because this is a row that the flea beetles got so bad. And I came back with Celebrity on this row, and they're doing very good. I don't know if you can see them that good. I'm gonna get down low. You can see how tall they are. They're growing up really nicely. And this row over here is, all right, that's Celebrity. So this is Celebration. It's really close to the Celebrity. And they didn't suffer that bad with the flea beetles, and so I've left them. So they're growing. See, I need to be staking them up. Look how tall that one is. It's grown up all the way to here. So anyway, I need to be staking them up. And so I have like 143 tomato plants in here, I think.
How many?
Just 43, baby. It's 143 in here. And this row here is, this is all heirloom tomatoes. And yes, you see what I've done. I couldn't bear to cut all my kale down. Oops. And so I guess if you can see the kale sticking up here, I'm keeping it trimmed good, but then I've planted tomatoes all down the middle. And so I think the tomatoes are getting plenty of sun. But we've really enjoyed getting our kale. So this is the last row, and this is another row of Celebrity. And I bought these tomato plants too. I didn't think I had enough of my other ones. And y'all look, I don't know if I've even told Tommy this yet. I think they're already getting, yeah, look. That's already some little blooms coming. That's just amazing. This row, I have tried to plant carrots. That's the one next to the side where it stays really wet. It'll dry out in the summertime, but you can see that's a carrot right here. But I mean, you can count them. I have like 3 or 4 carrots growing. The beets came up. If you can look right there, that's the beets. They came up, and then that's more parsley right there. So anyway, and if y'all remember, if y'all saw the video, I'm gonna see if I can zoom in. We've moved some stuff in here. You can see the big fan down there. But if you see right here, I'll get my finger in the screen, right down there at the very end, that is that hot banana pepper that I had grown in a bucket last year, and I just transplanted it out here just to see if it would grow, and it grew all winter, and I think it's gonna put on bloom. So I'm just experimenting with a few different things. Let's see. And also, I'm gonna walk down there to the Brussels sprouts because I wanna show it to y'all. I've never seen Brussels sprouts growing before. I may lose my connection though. So if I do, I'll run back down to the other end. But I kept waiting and waiting and waiting for the Brussels sprouts to come, and they finally came, and I just couldn't bear to pull them up. Let's see. See the little Brussels sprouts coming? I'm so excited.
We got a lot of little hairy fungus.
Hairy fungus, really?
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
It's just hairy looking fungus where you got points of moisture.
Look at all them, oh wow, you can't. Look at all those Brussels sprouts in there, y'all. Can you see them?
Don't whisper.
Oh yeah, I'm whispering like, now I've got diatomaceous earth all over them because I was showing my sister, and we realized that there was some little worms was all over them. So anyway, I also, that's our mulcher thing that we bought, and we moved this little shelf in here for me to put stuff on, and then I have that table We don't have water back there for me to be able to water my seedlings. I want to do the seedlings more in the back. I think that would be easier. And then we brought those things, those little container things from the deck to be able to put stuff in. And Tommy's going through and he's straightening the drip hose because they just, I don't know, when the water's in them, they're straight, and when the water quits coming out, they shrink up. So anyway, but I'm excited. Things are going good in here. I didn't know, you know, how things were going to go. I was kind of disappointed with the with when I got the bugs and everything, but I've been every Sunday afternoon I come out here with my neem oil, and I got to do it today and spray my plants, and then I do diatomaceous earth, and also I've had to put out some snail bait. So you did? So I've got a lot of snails in here. All right, Tommy, come do this and let's see the comments, because I don't remember how to do it. It's been a long time since we've been on here, y'all.
All right, let's see if I can remember. Yep, there we go.
There they are.
Woo.
Okay, we waited to do the comments till last, where it would the video would flow a little better.
Yeah, hang on.
So.
Okay, Homesteading Pioneer Way,
Hey,
Charlotte's Rubber Dove. Hey, Charlotte's Rubber Dove. Patty loved her bread trays.
Oh my goodness, yes, I love my bread trays, and we're gonna bring them out here too. Charlotte actually got me some bread trays, because that's what I want to be able to put tomatoes in my van to carry to the farmer's market, and they stack really good. So
Charlotte also told me when I went to go pick up the trays and was talking about the slugs and all that, and she said, you know how we have that little shoot, like the carpet that grows.
The moss?
Yeah, like the moss.
Yeah.
She said that's it. You get rid of that. You get rid of your.
The moisture. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow,
So,
I didn't know that.
Anyway, let me see. Let me scroll back up. Gosh, it's gonna take us a while to get through all these comments. You're a talkative
hey,
bunch.
Misty. Everybody saying
All right.
hey, hey.
Incense Shop. Howdy. Hey, Tina, Rosemary, Christy. Can you guys talk about the cost of the high tunnel? Yes.
Okay.
So, we obtained this high tunnel through an NRCS grant. And if you got any specific questions, listen, email me, hightunnel@aldermanfarms.net.
Yeah.
Or just tunnel@aldermanfarms.net. Or you could put whatever. You could put Sasquatch@aldermanfarms.net and it'll come to me. But tunnel@aldermanfarms.net, and I can walk you through the process of what you need to do. But that wasn't your question. You talked about the cost. So the NRCS grant covers a kit. It's really a complicated question, but
Well, I think what he's wanting to know, this high tunnel cost approximately $10,000. The NRCS grant.
yeah, if you were to pay for a high tunnel with these specifications, it would cost you roughly 10 grand.
We had extras done. We had the trusses done. We had the door. Yeah, the trusses. We had the extra walk-through door done. Plus, we had them install it. The installation is, I think, about $3,000. $3,500. We got an NRCS grant, and that was $6,000 to $7,000. And then, can we say what you did before?
Yeah,
and then
sure.
We made a deal with them with some videos and stuff like that. So it actually, excuse me, it didn't cost us anything. So.
No, it did, because we had to pay their expenses.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we had some out-of-pocket expense, but not much. But for $10,000, you can get this. The NRCS grant is not for $10,000.
No,
and it depends on if you're a beginning farmer or if you're like us. We didn't get the beginning farmer price. So, but our goal, our goal with the tomatoes this year is to make enough profit that we can pay for the installation and get another grant for another high tunnel.
Yeah.
So,
in your cost, what you get for the cost, the way the grant works, like Patty mentioned, there's some different levels of payout depending on how you qualify. You know, like a minority farmer would get a higher they pay
and
per
see, I didn't
per
do it.
square foot.
I should have done it. Maybe I'll do the next one because I'm a minority.
Yeah. woman owned, I think. I'm not sure about veterans, but you know, they add up all these points.
Yeah, you get points.
And so that then that determines how much they'll pay per square foot up to a maximum square footage.
I'm gonna turn this water on.
Okay, and that pays for a kit. Now, here's the thing though, you have to select a vendor off of an approved vendor list.
Yeah.
And depending on who you select, you get more or less for your money. For example, we could have selected a vendor out of like Montana or somewhere that would have sent us everything we needed to build a high tunnel on a flatbed 18-wheel trailer and a set of blueprints.
Yeah.
And drop it off and say thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
You know, well, if they'd have done that, this thing would still be laying in a pile of stuff.
Yeah.
Plus, different vendors build their tunnels in different ways. You know, we saw high tunnels where our sidewalls roll up from the bottom. There's a pipe in here that you roll up, and we saw others that were just like loose curtains that they drop down to open. And
which in a way that's good, because if you have a rabbit problem, but I much prefer this one.
We much prefer this one.
This one, the way it's made, we could actually put wire on it to keep out any critters or anything like that.
And I think it's going to last longer.
And by the way, we didn't mention Tubular Structures is the one that did ours. And we were so pleased. That will be who we get the next one from too.
The Tubular Structures. So what I was going to say was, like, we could have gotten a vendor from Montana or whatever. And I'm thinking about, this is not a knock on Montana. I'm thinking of a particular vendor that we looked at who happened to be in Montana. And they would just deliver the package with blueprints and say thank you very much. One of the reasons we chose the Tubular Structures, number one, we liked their design. Number two, not in this order. Another reason was they're Mississippi based. We liked that idea, but primarily because they didn't just drop it off. They don't just drop off the kit.
Right, that's right. That's the only company that I found. I'm not saying it's the only company out there, because of course I didn't look at all of them. It's the only company that I came across that when they show up, they square up your corners for you. And they also put up the whole end wall.
This whole end wall.
The whole thing would have been in place.
Plus, then they would have put up just the rear bow. They wouldn't have constructed the walls, but they would have put the rear bow up. So all four corners, plus the front wall, completed front wall, plus the rear bow. Well, that gets you a pretty good start.
It does. And also, you know, there are different phases. Like these posts right here, this post right here, I don't know if you can tell it, but this bow actually is going into this post here. This post is driven, what, 3 foot in the ground?
3 foot in the ground.
3 foot in the ground, and they actually have a mechanical driver thing.
It's like a hydraulic, pneumatic.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just
gas-powered pneumatic.
I mean, this is hard clay, and it went in really, really good. And I forget what they said they charged. $250, and they would set all those for you. So, I mean, you know, it's a lot better. I mean, Tommy would have been with a sledgehammer. So
for weeks. And that's 28 posts, because there's 32 posts, including the corners.
Yeah.
So what we're talking about is, had we just stopped at the kit, paid for the kit with the grant, they would have set the four corners, set the front wall, the back bow. That would have left me 28 of these posts that I would have had to drive by myself.
He would have had some huge muscles. He's got big muscles already, but they would have been massive.
And it was so funny. I asked Colby, the guy from Tubular Structures, how many customers take him up on that $250, and he said just about everybody. You know, once they
see what has
once
to
they see us driving these posts, you know, for $250 to get them to drive the other 28. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So anyway, that paid for the kit. So then we would have had to have come up with another $3,500 for them out of our pocket for them to completely install the rest of it. And we worked out a deal where we did some marketing videos for them during the process. And it cost us about $1,000 out of pocket to cover their expenses, because they had a crew of 5
or 6, counting Colby,
5 or 6 men who had to come over here for a week, you know, hotel
3
rooms.
3 days, yeah. I think it was like 3 days it took them.
Huh? Three or four.
Yeah.
And so, you know.
Let's go back through the rest of the questions, though, because I've got to run back over to the house.
All right. Sorry, we took a long time. We'll try not to take as long on other questions.
Oh, somebody said they planted celebrity, but you went.
Hey, Andy, I hope you're feeling better.
Andy.
Yeah, Christy says she planted some celebrity.
Great. I'm excited about that.
Mr. Rain is in the house. Let's
somebody
see.
pulled up there today.
Uh-oh. Getting hot in Alabama. Yeah, it's getting hot here.
It's very hot here. You should have felt the heat coming out of this high tunnel.
Well, we should have opened it up this morning, but we didn't because we thought it was going to be pouring down rain. Well, thanks, Hamiltonville Farm.
Thank you. Opening up from the heat. We're supposed to open it up from the heat. Huh. Well, I know I'm going to watch mine closely, Christy. I hope mine's going to, you okay? I hope mine's going to make it because I know that there's supposed to be more cool weather and it is getting warm.
Misty says maybe crushed eggshells will help with the snails.
Yeah, that will.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that helps to deter them, but it's just me and Tony now.
Why? Because it cuts them or something?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what I have, the diatomaceous earth, but I did buy snail bait too.
It is a great grant program. We encourage everybody to go, again, email me, tunnel@aldermanfarms.net, and I'll tell you what you need to do. But we encourage everybody to contact their local NRCS office. No kidding, Mr. Rain. I'm telling you, it still wouldn't be up. And they did it like in nothing flat, so.
Yeah, and it was neat that I had the winter to play with, you know. Oh, good, Andy. He says feeling better. Back at the house, still a little sore and moving slow. Wow, I'm so glad you're doing better.
Mr. Rain, if I remember correctly, they said, Mr. Rain asked how long will the plastic last?
I think it's 5 to 7 years, huh?
Yeah, they had said, 4 to 5, but because it's got a shade cloth on it as well.
Yeah, let's go out there and show them that.
Okay. It's got a shade cloth on it that is now required.
I'm actually sweating in here.
Yeah, it used to be optional.
Oh, there's Bean.
Bean is in the high tunnel. What's up, Bean?
She's not allowed in the high tunnel.
Yeah, she ain't allowed in the high tunnel. The shade cloth used to be optional. It's now required.
Yeah.
But Kobe did say that it extends the life of the plastic by a couple of years.
And one thing
I don't know what the cost to replace is, Mr. Rain, and I'm sure whatever it would be today, it won't be that 4 to 5 years from now.
This is the plastic that actually goes on the high tunnel, and a lot of the whole thing is this plastic. The fronts, the ends are this same plastic. But
which I think is a 6 mil, do you remember?
Yeah, it's 6 mil. But with tubular structures, with this going up and down, up and down, up and down, he uses something heavier. You can see
thread.
The weave
It's like
in this.
Thread cloth or something?
Yeah.
I can't remember what they call it.
I don't think that was it. But anyway, this is a much heavier plastic. It's still plastic, but you can see the weave in it. It's much sturdier, much stronger. And so I'm glad to have that, especially with us having animals and stuff, just in case.
That was another unique feature we found. Again, there may be other companies that do it, but in our research, that was a unique to tubular structures. The roll-up front doors are made out of that, are covered with that. These side panels right here for the first 5 feet are like that on all 4 corners. We paid, this was extra, the entry door, and it's also has that on it.
And I'm going to tell you, I think it was like $250 extra for that entry door. I'm not 100% on that price. I mean, it's just a door and everything, and I seriously consider, oh, she was in the high tunnel.
She was in the high tunnel.
I seriously considered not doing that because I thought, oh, that's just an added expense, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to tell you, after going through the winter and everything and all, I'm so glad we have just the door because I would have to roll up the side to be able to go in and out. And then once I get inside, I can't roll it down. I mean, Tommy could come roll it down while I'm in there, but then I'm stuck, So I'm very, very glad that I got the walk-in
We highly
door.
recommend, if you're going to get one, get the entry door, the walk-in entry door.
I want to show them my Comfrey. Come here,
Okay,
Bean.
come here, Bean.
When we went to the Tennessee conference,
Great American, the Great Appalachian.
Yeah. When we went there, that was the first time I had met Mr. Charles. I had talked with him before, and I talked with him about Comfrey, which, he's just a Comfrey expert. And I got 1 small plant from him, and now I have 10. This is not Comfrey. This is a weed. But this is my Comfrey. I've moved it from the other garden over here, and I have these 10 plants, plus I have 3 small plants for a friend. So I'm just very, very pleased with my Comfrey. And now that we've learned how to make compost, I'm so excited about being able to put Comfrey in my compost because Comfrey, that's what Mr. Charles said, you can just lay it down on the ground and it actually is good fertilizer and everything. And so I'm excited about using it in my compost.
Yep.
So, and the compost has worked really good. I put that up under every tomato plant, and I put a handful of manure too. And so I'm just anxious. I'm going to try and go back through and put the compost around the tomato plants too after they get a little bit bigger. But the next video probably will be of us trying to figure out how to, what are those, to do installing tomato hooks for the tomato plants, because it's the roller system. We've never done that before, so that ought to be interesting.
I tried to talk her into cattle panels. She said no. So
cattle panels would be much more expensive. So we're going to try this and we're going to see. All right, let's check the comments though.
All right. Homesteading the Pioneer Way needs some. We love OAG
I've got
too.
Some.
All right, we have the space and money to have one of these. It takes all my energy just to deal with my garden. Well, I'm gonna tell you something. This might make it easier on you. I don't know.
Yes, I really like it.
Mr. Rain, I don't know if you could get a polycarbonate kit to cover the structure. That's a good question. And if I knew what a polycarbonate kit was, I might could answer you.
Oh, thank you, Misty. What? Oh.
Yep, Bean's getting big. Y'all, I wish I had time to just video her in blue. They tell them about Abby.
Oh, Aunt Rosie was here with her little dog Abby, and so she was here last weekend too. And Abby was kind of scared of Bean. Abby's a little Yorkshire Terrier, and she's tiny. And she was scared of Bean last weekend, but this weekend she wanted to play with Bean, and so she's just learned to bark too. And she's what, 3 years old now, 2 years old. But anyway, she's never been a barker. But anyway, so she would bark at Bean and playing with her and everything. And Blue didn't know what to think about that, so every time Abby would start playing with Bean, Blue would go lay in between Bean and Abby to protect his goat.
I mean, it's funny.
So
they're like, hey, Tim, Beverly.
I didn't plant all the tomato plants that I thought it was.
143, Tim, and more to plant.
Well, yeah.
Tim, he said, I bet she has 10,000 tomatoes.
No, but I crossed some off my list. I didn't plant all of them, Tim. Remember all the ones that I got from in my gardener? I didn't plant them all.
Yeah,
I thought you'd be proud of me.
We love the fact that woven cloth is in the place, you know, all those places. They put it everywhere where it's like extended use, you know, the stuff that you roll up and down, the stuff that you... Thanks, Patty.
Thank you, Patty.
Okay, it looks like we caught up. If we missed something, put it in the comments and we'll...
put it in caps.
She still has time. Shut up, Tim.
No, I'm done.
Shut up, Tim. La, 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 la.
You want me to tell y'all what I did plant? High impact, clear greenhouse material.
Oh, interesting. Well, that's a very good question. Might be something. Hey, remind me of that. Make yourself a note, Mr. Rain, to remind me of that in 5 years.
Well... if it's on a roll, I mean, if it's all continuous, we could probably do that. I don't know how it is. But anyway, so I did a few heirloom tomatoes, Tim, to go out in the garden. And I put a few heirloom tomatoes in the high tunnel. So we're only going to have 50-ish in the garden, I think.
Charlotte got some comfrey from OAG too, so it's really doing good.
Yeah, I'm so pleased. And I really think I could have separated some of these a little bit more than I did, but I'd never done it before, so.
So Charlotte at Rub-A-Dub Homestead, y'all need to go check out Charlotte at Rub-A-Dub Homestead. She's really just kind of getting started good on YouTube, but she has raised bed gardens that she makes out of bathtubs.
Nice.
And it's not just as simple as you would think. She's got like a layer of gravel in the bottom, you know, she's got, because you immediately would think, well, they'll never drain and all this, but she's got gravel in the bottom and all that.
I've got to go back and look at some of her videos because I have a bathtub and that's where I want to put my mint.
Every good redneck family needs to have a bathtub out in the yard, and we got one.
I've got one, and I've had it for years.
3 freezers on the back porch.
That's right. Hey, Homestead Dad.
Homestead Ninja Dad. Let's see.
12 mil greenhouse. Okay. Suburban Hillbilly says she's seen it called 12 mil. That'd be twice as much as what we have.
That's interesting,
and
Mr.
it's
Rain.
UV tolerant too. Yeah, this has got some kind of
UV. This has got some kind of UV tolerance to it too. I don't know, but we'll see. I'll tell you. And I was wondering how, I figured it'd be the dickens to get it over the top of that thing, but it really wasn't nothing to it.
No, it really
3
wasn't
men
bad.
could do it. You know, it'd take 3 people. to do it. In fact, you can go back on search our channel, and we've got some videos of them doing it. And I've got one more video I've got to finish. I shot footage to show the entire installation, and I got to go. I got to finish editing that. So.
Oh, thank you, Misty.
Yeah, thanks, Dad. You know, it really kind of snuck up on us, and I'm really pleased, though, using that ultimate chicken coop. We think we've got it whipped for now anyway.
Suburban says, stock tanks make a great raised bed.
Great, Misty. Thank you. Honey Hollow.
Okay, Honey Hollow.
All right, we got stuff to do. It looks like it's fixing to pour down rain here. It's getting dark.
Of course, we open the high tunnel.
As soon as we open the high tunnel.
We don't leave it open because those side rows get so wet anyway, so we don't want the rain going in there.
Can I just tell you how good you look on camera?
You said that? What?
I'm asking you. Have I told you lately how good you look on camera?
Oh, thanks, babe. We just got a few more comments.
Because you look awfully good on camera.
Tommy, quit talking like that in front of everybody.
Y'all, excuse me.
Mr. Rain said it's been a while.
Yeah, they're talking to Mr. Rain. You remember, read them to yourself first, remember?
Kiddie pools, too, yeah.
Oh, yeah, for radishes and beets, yeah, and beets.
The old claw, oh, yeah. That would really be cool, the old clawfoot ones.
Qualify for a hillbilly tub. Yeah, this one's not.
Oh, a bug keeps trying to fly up in my nose. This not bothering you?
Oh, man, Jeff has trapped 3 possums and 2 skunks so far. We got a trap set. We ain't got nothing in it.
Well, yeah, you need to. I need some help with my trapping. I'm not a trapper, obviously.
Sonny, sorry, Honey Hollow. We've been on for like an hour and 78 minutes.
What?
No, we've only been on 30. So Honey Hollow said, "Man, we get on and you get off."
Oh.
So that's right. Happy couples flirt on YouTube. Honey Hollow's going to get a complex. I'm sorry. We don't mean to do that to you, but.
Oh, canned cat food. See, that's what Richard was saying.
Yeah.
Oh, what about sardines, though? Because I've got...
Well, Big Bear says dog food, too.
I've got a can of Tommy's sardines.
That's my sardines.
Nope.
Just for that, I'm going to go eat some in the house.
Outside.
And throw the can away in the house.
Hey, Bandana Grandma.
Hey, Grandma.
Hey, but I do have one of them hand traps that they stick their hand in, and I know y'all can say that's cruel or whatever, but it's cruel what they're doing to my chickens, too. But anyway, I'm going to put some sardine juice up in there, and I'm going to hope I'm going to catch something. Tommy's got to attach it to the fence, though.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Big Bear is what you might call an expert when it comes to trapping. And we've also got a local pal, Richard Nations, who is also traps for a living. And so we've got expertise in every direction. And Richard just got 2 pigs from us.
Yep, he did. And his wife has already got them. They're pet pigs. They're pet pigs. Ida Bell, Ida Sue?
Ida Sue and Gertie Bell.
Gertie Bell.
I think.
She wants to put tutus on them.
She's had them in her lap and everything already.
She said she was going to get them in her lap, and she did.
And she did.
So,
all
anyway.
Right. Do you have a camera you can possibly see what's coming in? Well, we do. We got a game camera. And
maybe you could put that up this evening.
Yeah. Do we have a battery? Didn't we buy a battery?
It should have
if
a
I
fresh
can find
battery in
it. All right. Well, my arm is hurting from holding this camera up.
Wait,
so.
Bandana Grandma said they caught a raccoon that was in their attic.
Oh, wow.
Outside the hole and was going, ooh.
Very good.
Yeah, that's good.
Nice.
That's good. Cat food. Okay. I need to get some cat food. I'm going to put that on my Walmart list. Thank you. Wait. Oh, yeah, she's got her men in one, too. Yeah.
Yeah, because it'll take over.
I know, and I've got a bunch of it growing up in the garden I got to get out. So,
all right,
anyway,
we gotta
I'm glad to be here, y'all. Thank y'all for joining us.
Thanks for hanging out with us for a few minutes.